Hey folks, I'm Joe Crawford and I do CSS battles every day. I do the daily target. Today's daily target is some plus signs and some lines. Fun shape. Fun shapes indeed. All right. So what's that shape? What is that shape? Let's start by putting this, what is it, beige? What is a beige-ish color? Let's just do it with backgrounds. Let's see if we can do it just with backgrounds. So, okay, so we got that background color. What a linear gradient. That is this dark color to start with. It's like 10 pixels tall. And then a color. So we can't see that yet. Let's do 0, 30 pixels. So this is what I'm getting at. So this is background position. We're moving 5, 6, 61, 62, and then that's going to be what, 15 probably. How about 14, 15, 16? Hey babe. Microphone is home. Awesome. Okay. And then we give it a height. We can give it a 1% width and then a height of 50 pixels, and then it will repeat 50, 60, 70, 80. Interesting. So what if we just let it repeat on the y-axis, so up and down? 50, let's do 200 pixels wide, and then say 50%. Put it in the middle. So here's what I'm planning to do: 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 230, 310, 320, 330, 340. All right. That's the main part. And then we need to cover the rest of it. Oh, look at that. So do we need to do that as a star or just body? Oh, interesting. Oh, because we're just repeating on the y-axis, that's why. That's actually by design. So we're gonna make that color and then have this be transparent. And then that solves what I want to solve for. And then we need these little bits here, front and front. So I think what that looks like, can we do that simply with the background? I was hoping we'd just do one more gradient, but I think we can do it in 2 more. So let's do a linear gradient, 90 degrees, and it's this color, some amount, 30 pixels, let's say, and then transparent. And then comma, and then we move it over 100 pixels or something. Yeah, there it is. And we just move it over whatever the amount we need to put it in place. 2, 3, 2, 7, 8, 9. And that does the covering part of that. Not very efficient. That's okay. And then how about this? For this, we'll do a conic gradient, which is narrow, so it's at something like 16 pixels, and then down, maybe it's 32 pixels, like whatever that height is, 40 pixels. And then it's this color, 25%, transparent. Not what I meant, actually. So that's pointing out that if I flop these and put the color at the final thing and say repeat on the y-axis also, and then give it a height. Oh, and then this needs to be 75% actually, like that. Okay, now we give it position 0, width 100 pixels, height 100 pixels. And that's how you get 3 of those. Silly as that is. I think it needs to be a little taller. Maybe 50. And then let's move it over. 200 and then down 40 pixels. Oh, it's kind of close. Kind of in the ballpark. How about 2, 5, 6, 7, 320, 330, 340, 36, 35, 6, 37, and then down 42, 44, 45, and then we need to change the height of that. So, is it 90? That's better. How about 80? Also better. And then we get one more than we want. Want. That's kind of sad. Sad state of affairs there. But we've got our linear gradients. So what do we do then? So I used to do these as a flip. I would go out in, and maybe that's what I wanted to do here. So I'm going to comment this out and then see what I can reuse. So I'm going to go conic gradient. And go out in rather than do the individual figure things first. So at, and it's going to be 200 pixels, 300 pixels maybe, 200 pixels, and it'll be this color, 75% around, and then transparent. And I do need to say background. So this is kind of what I'm getting at. All right, so let's move that over 50 pixels, 40, 30, and then down 60 pixels. No, too much. 40, 45, and then the height of that 20, 10, the width 20, 5. Okay, now we'll put the dark color in the background to show just exactly how wrong I am. So this is 37, 38, 39, 340, 340. Okay, so that's our first piece. Then what? What if it's all conic gradients? And if so, what are those conic gradients? So I'm going to put red. What do we got here? Oh, what did I do? Broke it. Oh, there's that color. So let's do red, because we know we don't want red, so we're only going to put in things that will make that red go away. That's my thinking, such as it is. So what's the thing we need to do? So we either do the dark color or we do the light color, or we need to do both. And are there other techniques to do this that maybe are interesting? Probably we can choose a conic gradient that will do what we want. And that conic gradient that I'd like to do is a dark color that's this shape and that repeats. So what is it? Conic. That conic gradient is from minus 90 degrees at 200 pixels, 20 pixels. It's the dark color for 75%, and then it's transparent. Okay, and then I'm going to give it a height and width. I'll put it at 50 pixels, I think. Right, and I'm going to say no repeat, just so I want to see what I'm doing. And and I think I want it to be at 0, don't I? Yeah, that's fine. So 200, 300, 320, 30, 40, 6, 61, 62, 61. That height is, what did we say, 16? That looks pretty good. And the width, it's got a width to it. So 0, 62, and the width is 350 pixels. And the height is some number, 60 pixels. I wasn't keeping track. Yeah, 60, 70, 80. Great. Now that red is really getting to be a problem because I can't see the contrast properly. So let's go ahead and put that on there. Okay. Width, 40, 50, 51, 2, 3. I'm just looking to see that that lines up how I want it to line up. 39, 38, 37. There it is. So when I let it repeat, will I get what I want? Yes, roughly. Okay. So that's repeating how I want it to. I remove that. We see what's left over. And I think what that means is we need a middle one. And so I can put this orange or beige or whatever the color is here. And then what I want is another conic gradient. Conic gradient, which is transparent, 25%, and then it's this color. It's going to repeat only on the Y axis. Got 0 there. It's set over 200 pixels. It's got a width of like 50 pixels or something. Okay, so now here's where we're getting to it. At 20 pixels, 20 pixels. I don't think that's correct, but so I'm not gonna let that bother me. Okay, so let's move this over. What we want to do is get it to line up with the empty spot. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be 75. No, how about 85? 86, 87, 88, 89, 290. Okay. We need a height of some value, 50 pixels, let's say. And so you can kind of see what I'm doing there. All right, let's make that black so I can see exactly. Well, it doesn't help very much. So the width needs to be more. 60, 61, 62, 63. Odd numbers, fine. That at value needs to go up a little. Yeah, up a little. So as I increase this number, this little thin part will go away, I believe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30? 30. Okay. And then this vertical value needs to be more. 3, 4, 5. And then this needs to be taller. How about 80? We're getting close to what I want there. I don't advise you to do this in quite this way. I'm sort of spitballing it, like, but I also have a good instinct for what those numbers are going to look like. But it is absolutely problematic the way I'm doing it. Like, I have done this and confused myself. Like, oh, this is not going to work. So, okay, so here's what I'm going to show you. And I'm going to do no repeat. So I want to see the thing. So that's the shape I'm trying to make, right? Okay, so that's helping me visualize it. What that says is that I need to be higher. Oh, because I'm at 50%. So this background position Y is what I'm missing. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. And strictly speaking, yeah, what I want to do is have it be aligned with the one where I can see both parts of it. I could do it for the taller, for this part, but I actually can't see all of it. This is from here to here. So from the bottom of this plus sign to the top of to the bottom of the first plus sign to the top of the, so that should be the height. So once I get that, that's going to be very helpful. So that's 95. And then taller, 110, 110. Aha. I think that's getting what I want. So then the at needs to be lower, 7, 78, 80. Okay, and I think we've got it. Yeah, you can't see that. So let's do repeat Y. And then this red is transparent. Oh, so close. All right, what did I get? What did I get wrong here? Yeah, something wrong. Got an upside down cross symbol now. That's no good. What do we got? What do we got? So is that height wrong? Oh, the height is wrong. it should be lower. It actually doesn't need to be that tall. I'm mistaking the pattern. So the pattern actually is not, it starts lower. So I'm going to go back to my no repeat, back to the drawing board. It's not aligned to the bottom of the plus, it's aligned to the top of the prior plus sign. I know I'm not saying that very well. Sorry. Yeah, there it is. So that's that. I think that's what I meant. And then that means this at value is too low. 70, 60, 50. Okay. And now the height is wrong. The height needs to be less. Okay, so that's 90, 80, 80. 80 looks pretty good. So let's make this red transparent again. Oh, keep getting it wrong. Oh, repeat Y. And there it is. A lot of steps. Apologies for the mishandling of the gradients. Super fun, though. Like, fun for me. Maybe not fun to watch. Click that all. Minify. Unit replace. Submit. And that's an okay score. All right. What if it were 3 elements? Ridiculous. I know it's all ridiculous. Have the height be 16 or whatever it is. Background be like that. So 3 elements. P plus P is got different margins. Margin 0, 100. Some ridiculous thing, and then P plus P plus P is rotated. Sure. Some value like that. This is all completely bad. But it's fun though. Oh, so there's those margins. So, all right, let's do one of them. And we'll set a margin. Margin is 40, 100, 0, 40, 100, 0, what? 20. A little bit more. 40, 50, 60, 1, 2, great. That margin needs to be more, do 2. And this needs to be a little more too as well. Boom. And then do a box shadow.
I'm thinking 7:30 for dinner.
Perfect, thanks. Box shadow. We'll set a color. Box shadows at 40, 40 pixels. Maybe 50, 60, 70, 80. That makes this one 0, 160 pixels. Very straightforward. Look at how much more straightforward that is than the silliness that I was doing. So let's make another one. There's the second one. So now his margins, right now I've got this bottom margin of 0. Let's do minus 16. And then, so what do we need to do to make this next one? Strictly speaking, we could translate it 100 pixels and then scale it and then 1. And then so let's not do that. We're not going to do a translate of that value, and instead we'll use margins 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 78. And then the translate is a little bit more. Okay. This is a very silly way to do it. I love it. It's Friday. We'll do it that way. Okay. Translate 190. 1, 2, 3. Two, 5. So it needs to be narrower. So 2, 5, 2. A 9. Is that the right number? That could be the right number. And a little less this number. How about 80? 80, 180. That kind of worked. Silly as that is. And then if we make another one, what happens then? He wants to know. There they are. That kind of doesn't help us very much. Unless I change what the transform origin. Oh, yeah. So instead of that, what I'm going to do is change the box shadow to be 80, 0, and 160, 0. Oh, and because of the scaling, it's screwed up. Oh, that's great. So yeah, the scale idea is a bad idea. That's a bad idea. But can we force it? Can we make it work? 3. So there it is at 1,000. We made this 1,000 pixels, 800, 10, 20, 30. So this is an example of how much you can squeeze out. Oh, I like that. 825. So that what's 400? 12. Let's submit that and see if we can get 100% on that. Because that is a very silly solution. And yes, that is 100% match. And we're going to stop there because that is just silly. Silly as heck. So that's creating the element. And then, creating a single element and then making another one. The next one is moved over, translated on the x-axis, and scaled on the x-axis to shrink it, but maintain the y-axis size. And then the last one rotates, and then with a different box shadow, but because it's shrunk down, it's got to have weird numbers. So that's it. Web pages are fun. It's fun to do this stuff. Not particularly efficient solution, but a fun solution. I hope you're having a good day. Go make a web page. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others.